So let's now talk about the module 4, working with stakeholder as part of the product owner role. So in this section, we'll talk about how the product owner will be working with multiple stakeholders to deliver value in the overall ecosystem. So as a part of the product delivery and validation process, the product owner has to be working very closely to ensure the product vision, strategy, roadmap are defined very clearly. Also, he has to work out to ensure the releases and the iteration for the product is established so that it is in line with the vision, strategy, and roadmap as well. So once the product vision, strategy, and roadmap are established, the product owner can certainly be focusing on building the right side of the audience, or building on the things which is on the right side and which is meant for the right side of audience in terms of planning the releases, in terms of having the iterations created for them. So product owner facilitate these activity to establish the value proposition. He ensures and understand the needs for priority. He basically ensures that the product should be created initially with a minimum viable product kind of features, and then over a period of time it can be enhanced with additional things. There should be a need for addressing any kind of major issues which comes up as a part of the product roadmap, and also it should be responsible for creating the initial product backlog item along with the Scrum team members. So these are the important aspects of the product discovery and the validation phases, wherein product owner plays a very critical role working along with the key stakeholders. So talking about the aspects of product discovery in specifically, we should understand the various aspects of product discovery. The most important and critical as part of this is the alignment. So alignment means that people at all level in the organization should be aligned in terms of what is their commitment for product and how and what the desired outcome would be there for the product. So alignment is intended for basic product discovery, because if the people in the organization they are not fundamentally aligned, then the desired outcome might not be able to achieve. And the next aspect of product discovery is research. So research is certainly an important aspect, because as a part of research phase, users should look into the problems what are currently existing. So researcher basically should look into the problems by first seeking to understand why something is a problem. So you need to go for the root cause. You need to look out why some current situation, why it is existing the way it is. So you need to find the problems and the reasons for it, and that's how you try to look for building your products. So the next aspect is the ideation phase. So once the alignment and the research has been done, we should now think about carrying out the ideation. So in the ideation phase, we need to collaborate to understand the ideas using a together and alone approach for more holistic perspective. So when you're trying to have ideation done, we need to ensure that we are not only asking people to get themselves aligned to the ideas, but then we should go for the approach which is most focused of a approach in terms of working together, or we should be focusing on approach as together and alone. So that helps you to give the more holistic perspective. The next aspect in the process is the creation stage. So when you're looking for the creation stage, so you try to work out for the prototype. You try to ensure that at least you should create a prototype or create a simulation of the user experience as the lean ways of working together. So try to have MVP, minimum viable product, try to have the simulation of user experience, and then try to validate the idea or hypothesis which was generated in the research phase. So creation is a next very important phase of the product discovery aspect. After creation, the next important thing is we should go with the validation. So once you have created a prototype, once you created the basic user experience which is required, we need to get some of the things clarified. So you need to get the uh, validation of the product which is created across. So clarifying if there are any questions which has to be answered, and try to validate the product from every aspects of it. We should ask questions. We should validate that whether the product which has been produced as MVP, is it satisfying to the needs of the stakeholders or to the consumers or the customer. So validation is the next important aspect. After validation, we go for the refinement. So refinement is more of a approach where you try to slice a concept out into a more prioritized list of backlog items, and then you try to think about the potential releases. So you try to do a refinement and ensure that how you carry out a further prioritization, further working on those prioritized list. So refinement is slicing a concept into more prioritized list of the backlog items, and then uh, finally you need to think about creating a potential releases out of it. So refinement is the next important aspect, and again from refinement back to the kind of alignment. So all these 6 steps, as we call alignment, research, ideation, creation, validation, and refinement, they have to be working in agreement.